if you know, you know.
It's TCA in stereo.
From the city to the lake, we make a noise.
It's TCA summer sessions. It's TCA summer sessions. It's TCA summer sessions. Let's go. It's TCA summer sessions. It's TCA summer sessions. It's TCA summer sessions. Let's go. Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome inside your Monday morning edition of the Talking Audio Podcast. As always, I'm recording this portion for you later Sunday evening. Actually sitting out here on the patio at the cottage watching somebody get their first attempts at water skiing. No judgment here. I was never any good at it, but they're putting up a fight out here. I've taken a couple of runs at it, haven't quite gotten up yet. We'll see how it pans out for them. Look, as you can tell, my voice is still pretty much garbage, so instead of the usual Monday morning sports roundup after the weekend, we will give you now part 2 of our conversation with Joshua O'Connor. That was going to happen later this week, but we'll swap things here. So you'll get the usual roundup a little later on in the week, but for now, hope everyone had a great weekend, and we'll see you a little later in the week. For now, here's part 2 of our conversation with Joshua O'Connor. All right, let's get back into it here. We'll have a second pint with our buddy Joshua O'Connor. Again, I haven't force-fed him any 10%
Nope.
dark IPAs. We'll continue to coast here.
I did grab another IPA though.
Attaboy. I also have an IPA. What'd you grab?
So I got the Lone Pine West Coast IPA from Sawdust City. I feel like we've talked about Sawdust before.
Yep.
Are they local?
No, they are up near Gravenhurst, kind of
Okay.
Huntsville, one of those two.
Gotcha.
Yeah, in the Muskokas, but they make nice beer. Actually, it's funny, just by coincidence, you've happened to grab 2 beers from breweries under the Lake of Bays Brewery umbrella. They have bought up recently, over the last several years recently, both Merritt and Sawdust City. So
Well, shout out
just
to
luck
them.
of the draw.
So far, so good. What about you? What'd you get?
Yeah, this one is a session IPA, so it keeps the percentage a little lower, from Balls Falls.
Great name.
Yep. I don't even remember where it is. Don't care. Like the name of the brewery, always have. So that's what we're doing here, the Balls Falls Session IPA. Look, you've got other things going on. You haven't worked for OSEG for a while. You've been in here before. Yeah. You've been talking to us about shooting World Juniors and under 18s.
Yeah.
You've had all kinds of different... You were over in Europe doing an MMA reality show kind of thing, which was insane. You told us about it the last time you were in. But another new gig, man. You are now found your way into another sport. What's going on?
Yeah, so it turns out I'm a soccer fan.
Look at this guy.
Women's soccer.
Yeah.
I've
watching
been
too much DAZN. Suddenly he's a soccer guy.
It's been a learning experience, to say the least. But yeah, no. So earlier this spring, I had the opportunity to help the Ottawa Rapid with their media day.
Yeah.
And so me and my guy Jordan came in and we did the media day and we just got talking about stuff. And so yeah, I can't go into super specifics as to what we're doing, but yeah, I've been working with them all season long. Awesome group of people.
Well, and as you and I have this conversation, I believe they're first in the league.
You're goddamn right they are.
There you go.
Yeah, number 1 team in the league by like a decent margin in points. Very excited. It's been very interesting. I was someone I watched soccer for the first time when I filmed one of their games.
Okay.
Period. Like I had researched it.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm working on. Watch as much soccer as humanly possible.
Sure.
But I had never watched soccer, you know? And it's crazy to watch live. Like the speed and athleticism.
Yeah.
The ability to stop and redirect your body has my ACLs hurting just watching it. Like it makes no sense to me from a physicality standpoint. But it's just good vibes too. And I've learned that, and we spoke about with the under 18 women's hockey.
Yeah.
Women's sports is a different vibe, and it's a very positive vibe with the same level of competitiveness. And that's hard to like explain to people who just don't know or haven't been
They show
exposed
their
to it.
competitiveness differently.
Yeah, well, man, I didn't realize fucking soccer is like a contact sport.
Yes.
Did not know. I thought soccer.
I don't think it's meant to be, but it definitely is.
No,
Yeah.
and like, no, I'm not casting shade. I watched like the World Cup final and shit,
Yep.
and like dudes be dropping like flies,
yeah.
and like I understand the methodology and the strategy
Well,
behind
the most
that.
infuriating part of that is watching all these holier than thou first time soccer watchers like myself, Canadians, but who tweet out shit like, "Oh man, this is why I don't watch that sport. Way to dive. We would never do that in hockey." And the very first fucking hockey game you watch with that guy is like, "Don't dive, you asshole." You know? It's a problem across. Like you said, there is a reason. Can I draw a penalty? Can I draw a card?
Yeah,
Can
I get it.
Yeah.
But man, like I've seen some crazy shit, and like the ladies don't do that, and they're fucking vicious out there. I've seen some crazy stuff, some awesome stuff, and that squad just gets me hyped. Like great locker room to be in, like all just such good personalities, great coaching, great support staff too. Some crossovers from the Red Blacks, which is dope.
Sure.
And so it's different. It's new. Filming a completely foreign sport.
Well, this is what I wanted to ask you, because I think when you first were talking to us about the first World Juniors you did here in Ottawa,
yeah,
you said that was really your first time doing a lot of high-end hockey.
yeah,
And so you've done football, you've done hockey,
Yeah.
you've done MMA, you've
baseball.
now done baseball. Now you're doing some soccer.
yeah.
What is something different about shooting soccer? What is something you've picked up while on this gig in terms of how you have to capture this sport that's maybe different than some of the rest?
So it's two things. Ball dynamics. You don't know where
Balls Falls Session IPA is my balls dynamic at the moment.
you just don't know where the ball is going necessarily. Like you can try and read like, is this going to be a pass? Is this going to be a shot? But it's not always moving down the field. It's moving across the field and back to the other side of the field and then towards the net. Whereas football is super linear, like for 90% of the time, super linear, and you're able to track it very easily. 'Cause
Quarterback's going to drop back a couple
exactly.
yards, and then it's
also
going to go
the
this
ball
way.
doesn't move that much in the air. Like it just doesn't. Whereas in soccer, it kind of does.
They'll just arc something up.
Yeah,
over.
it's very so that's been a huge learning experience, and trying to judge how far the ball's actually going to travel based on like its arc and trajectory.
Yeah.
That's similar to football, and that's usually if you're
One of the
shooting
things, and I know
inside.
I'm now interrupting you,
No.
which is not uncommon here. When I do watch what very little golf I watch, I think of the camera guy. I'm like, how?
Have we talked about this?
No.
Where
How the fuck did you
So I don't know how it is now. This is going to be a fucking
Do it.
mad side quest.
take us inside?
I worked a celebrity golf tournament in Vegas.
Okay.
And at the time, so this is 2016. Yep, 2016
Yeah.
in Las Vegas. It was like a C level celebrity golf tournament. It was awesome.
Some of my guys from Entourage might be there.
No, so it was oh god. So it was and not a C level celebrity. I spent an awesome amount of time with him. He's a great guy. So he had Rampage Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Roy Jones
UFC
Jr. was there.
fighter, for people not familiar with that name.
Yeah, so it was Roy Jones Jr.,
boxer. Yeah.
Tyson Beckford, the model,
You're outside my world a little.
Buddy from not Guns N' Roses, Poison. Who's the lead singer of Poison?
I don't know.
Okay, lead singer of Poison.
Okay. Oh,
You know who I'm talking about.
yeah.
So it's like people like that.
Yeah, okay.
Like the
You're right.
the cast
When
of
you talk about a
cast of,
C-level
like,
celebrity?
Shaws of Sunset, like and I'm like dead serious. Like it was.
But when you
wild.
say C-level celebrity, that's an entire roster of people where people would go, that guy.
That guy,
He was
yeah.
in that thing.
A lot of
You
that
remember?
guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it was like that. But
yeah.
we were hiring the production staff, and my EP was getting the ball tracker locked down. And at the time, so again, 2016, there were only 2 people in North America who could do it, who were like the people to call for those tournaments. Only 2 people. So it's like that is, or at least at the time, it was the most highly specialized thing where it's like, oh, you're doing golf, you got this guy or this guy, and that's it. There's no one else.
And this is it, because it just takes off into the sky.
It's crazy.
And it's just up there, and it's up there, and it's up there, and it's
Yep.
up there. And
And someone has to have found that quickly with like I think it's hard enough in baseball, and that's a small.
I think baseball is incredibly hard. Yeah,
yeah, because it just pops up into the air and it goes off to God knows where, and you have to find it quick. Golf, it's outside, it's infinite sky.
Yeah.
It's
crazy what they're able to do.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's a much larger talent pool now.
Sure.
But at the time, it was only two people.
Yeah, when I watch golf, I just look at that and I go, fuck, somebody's really, really good at their job.
Shooter McGavin hosted that tournament. The guy who plays Shooter McGavin hosted that tournament. Awesome. He got in trouble. It was on TMZ because there's a girl in a bikini. He was like teaching how to shoot at the end of the tournament and ended up on TMZ. His wife called him. He's all angry. I probably shouldn't say that. There are probably NDAs for that. Anyways,
it's all in there. It's all. Did you watch the second Happy Gilmore?
No, I haven't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like it was never gonna have the staying power of the first one, like the recognizable lines like that and stuff. But to watch one time, it's fine. It's a good laugh. Like, but
I'll be honest. I try to. I'm remembering. Spoiler alerts. Big spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. As soon as they killed the wife off, I turned it off.
Okay.
Which is like right at the beginning.
Yes, it is. It's very, very early.
Yeah,
in the
and
film.
I was just like, oh, we're doing this, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
Now she does appear again. Spoilers. We're through the looking glass on that.
yeah.
They killed her. Yeah, but she keeps reappearing in like dream sequences and whatever. Like she is in the rest of the movie, but in a different way.
I just didn't understand it. It was one of those things where I'm like, no, thank you.
It was a fairly shocking start to the.
Like I really didn't like it.
No,
because I liked her as a character. I was like, why would you fucking? Anyways,
my wife fell off a cliff. Or my girlfriend fell off a cliff and died on impact. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, anyway.
Soccer. Yeah, so ball dynamics.
Yes.
And like I said, players like running towards you, stopping and redirecting is very abnormal in the directions that they do. Football, again, so linear. You know where they're going.
Right.
And you know, for the most part, how they're getting there with very little exception, but with exceptions.
Yeah.
Soccer, it's like just the ball handling is like frustrating at times. And I've told some of the players that where it's just like,
could you be a little less talented?
No, it's just like, it's so frustrating trying to film you because you just have the ability to stop on a dime and redirect your entire body weight and ball into another direction. And then it looks janky on my end because I'm like not ready to naturally, because it's so unnatural to move.
Yep.
And so just, man, the level of athleticism, and I'm sure all soccer
this is
like
only
this.
the second or third year of this league.
Second year, I believe.
Yeah, for the Northern Super League, right?
It's just crazy. And these are all like players who can play internationally and do play internationally. Like the talent level is fucking absurd. And like I realized very quickly I had such lack of appreciation, not little appreciation, but lack of appreciation for soccer. Seeing how big the fucking field is, and you're just running the whole time, which is awful to begin with on a good day. But
half the time it's 37 degrees out during your game.
Oh my God. Yeah. There have been some games this season where I just don't know. I don't know how they do it. Like just the level of athleticism is crazy. And again, like not to harp on the whole women's sports vibes thing, but like it's so hard to describe the difference in locker room, in attitude, in willingness to be there for the fans, willingness. You know what?
Well, they know they're having to build something, right?
You know what? The words I should be using are general appreciation for where they're at.
Yes.
Is I think everyone on these teams, and again, same experience when I was with the women's hockey teams, is they're just happy to be there. And they're really appreciative of the fact that they're able to make a living doing something they love.
Because they all remember a time where they couldn't.
Probably.
The NSL, like you said, is now 2 years old.
Yeah.
The PWHL is now 3 years old.
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure it's the same with PW. I haven't talked to anybody, but I imagine it's the same with the PW.
There was a time where this wasn't a thing. And now we can have a conversation about should they be paid more. And but they used to be paid nothing. There was nowhere to play. You would watch the Olympic gold medal women's hockey game between Canada and USA and be like, okay, well, we'll see you at the World Championships in 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Like now there is a place to. So I've gotten that sense too from the couple athletes that have done this show or that I've spoken to that it's.
You should have some players on.
We do a little bit. Players are until they're retired. I'll be honest with you, in a long form conversation like this can be kind of boring.
Oh, well,
I don't want to bury anybody. I don't know who my next team might be.
That's fair.
And I don't blame them for that. So we sort of steer clear unless there's a reason to. Like Nate Bahar's been on. There was a reason to do that.
That's because Nate Bahar is one of the best human beings you'll ever meet.
100%. We did it during the
life.
pandemic, during the Black Lives Matter.
I love that guy to death.
After the George Floyd thing, Hoffley said, if you want to talk to somebody, this is the guy to talk to.
I think if you want to talk to anyone...
That was the first person, Hoffley, Nate Bahar, came in here together in September of 2020. That was the first in-studio guest since March of that year.
Crazy.
Like, we did everything online, but we all agreed, like, we were all taking it seriously. We weren't flaunting the rules and whatever else. This was a worthwhile conversation to do in person. And Nate Bahar was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll come in and we'll have that conversation.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Especially for stuff like that. I mean, the guy's got a Tommy Smith tattoo. Like, there's no one.
Also had Brad Sinopoli in.
Oh, yeah.
He's an awesome guy. Funniest thing about him and that show, he didn't want to have craft beer. He said, I've become a bit of a wine guy. I said, okay, that's fine. I was like, shout out a wine. He's like, oh man, my wife and I have recently discovered like the best wine I've ever had. I'm like, well, shout it out, man. Like, let's talk about it. Give the listeners. He's like, yeah, she picked it. I can't remember what it was called. Like, all right, well, let us know. We were able to link to it in the show notes, but off the top of his head, he didn't know. But he was a nice guy. And I like that guy because he's from down where, not too far from where my family cottage is.
Oh,
so, yeah, off the air, we were able to compare lakes, where to fish, and stuff like that. So he's got a whole vibe right now. I don't know if he's still doing a podcast, but he had a podcast and an Instagram account all dedicated to his fishing.
Was it a fishing podcast?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
I did not know that.
Yep.
I was very lucky to get to work with Brad a bunch over the years. He is very much one of those guys who, as soon as he starts talking about football, it's one of my favorite things. Like anyone talking about anything they're passionate about.
And that they're better at than you.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I obviously he's better than us at football, but like when you can take me inside a moment and be like, no, in this moment, that's what I saw.
Yeah. And we had him talk. It was him and Wally were interviewing players. I don't even remember what that podcast was called. It was a good podcast, clearly. But
it was great. But,
no, it was honestly, and like Wally's a great host too.
100%, yeah.
But just getting to hear him talk to players and like go really like inside on football stuff.
Yeah,
I love that shit so much.
100%.
His brain, like his football IQ, is absurd. I think I'll say it here: if that guy just decided, you know what, I don't want to fish all the time. I want to go be on a TSN panel.
Oh,
I think if you're looking to expand a TSN panel,
I'd watch that guy.
Brad Sinopoli's your guy.
Yep.
I'll say that. On record,
there you go.
He's the guy.
But you're right. I think perhaps I've missed the boat a little bit on some of these women's players because they do have they will show a little more personality. They know they're in a moment where, like you said, they're more appreciative because this didn't used to exist and now it does, and I have a place to play and I have a place to make some money. Yep. But also, we are building this. We need to be more prominent. We need to show more personality. You don't get some pissy NHLer who's just blown it on the penalty kill and doesn't feel like talking to the media and gives you these shitty 3-word answers after the game. These players know we're building something for the next generation. It's just a different vibe with athletes. We did try to get Emily Clark, who was playing for the Ottawa Charge the last couple of years. She had a partnership with Broadhead Brewery, so that would have been our tie-in. Would have been the craft beer thing. But it happened to be right around the time that she was leaving for World Championships. We just couldn't get it done. And now she's off to Hamilton. And
I saw that.
Screw that.
I know, that's fucked up.
So, no, it is cool, man. And I know you're not able yet to tell us too much about what you're doing with the Rapid. And
no, I should. By the time, you know what? Probably by the time this podcast comes out, there'll probably be more information out there. But it's exciting, and I'm super appreciative of the opportunity. As someone who, I don't even know if I was here when I was like, I don't think I want to do sports anymore, and like I'm trying to get away from sports and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
something new falls in your lap.
Man, it's just, you know what it is. I think you just need something. Not everybody, but like, to like reignite that spark.
Sure.
You're like, oh, this is why I fell in love with
forgot
doing
I
this.
love this. Right.
And like, man, it was instantaneous.
Yeah.
It was instantaneous with this group of girls. Like, they're just, immediately I was like, oh, this is a room I can be in for a year and get to know these people and be emotionally invested in and, you know, hope for the best and try and like be there to capture all the good, bad, and otherwise moments.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a really cool experience. Again, especially someone not a soccer guy at
Right.
all. So every game has been kind of, you know, you're learning something new, which is great. But just, yeah, I think if you're an Ottawa sports fan and you're not already, like, especially if you're a soccer fan and you're not already watching the Rapid, man, fucking stop fucking sitting on your hands and go watch a game because, I mean, they're going to dominate. They've been dominating. It's awesome to watch.
You get down to Blues Fest at all this year? You seen any concerts in the last little bit?
Once.
Not at all, eh?
Buddy, I don't do festivals.
Okay.
It's too many people, and we don't like people.
Agreed, to be honest with you.
We just don't, especially drunk festival people. Great lineup.
Yep.
I was
LIMP,
wow.
Biscuit.
Yeah. So Limp Bizkit, I would have liked to see Social Distortion, I believe.
Yes.
Was there.
Yep.
That would have been nice.
Sure.
But I did go see Coheed and Cambria a couple weeks ago.
Oh, where was that?
Hard Rock.
How did I fucking miss that?
I don't know, but they
So
are
my sister the other day being at this point like 2-3 months ago, opened up the website for that place and she started reading off. I'm like, fuck, they got some good stuff coming in here. I could be mistaken. I think Collective Soul's coming in here.
Yes.
I'd go to see that in a heartbeat, man.
So can I just so old guy to old guy?
Yeah.
What I love is the show has to be done by 11. And so typically, in my experience, I've seen a couple shows there now, or events, I should say, not events. Jesus. I've seen events there.
Yes.
Lots of events.
Sure.
One show. Coheed was the first show I had
Okay.
seen. You're not getting a lot of opening acts.
Nope.
And then you're cleared out by like 10:45, 10:50.
That's the good shit, man.
And I don't know if it's a union thing or whatever, but like if I can be
Might be a
home in
neighborhood
bed
thing. Yeah.
by 11:15 p.m. Oh my! And I'm a West End guy. Like I live in the West End, so it's like very easy for me.
Sure.
Oh, it's glorious. It's glorious. And like whoever the AV team is there, sound was great. The video screens they have in that room are phenomenal. Like
I have not been in there yet for a show.
dude, it's great. And we went in, had drinks before,
Yeah.
had dinner before. Like it's such a good spot to watch shows. Like, and I mean that with all
I
sincerity.
spent my entire growing up down in Oshawa, we would see constant ads because it was fairly new at the time. But when Casino Rama opened up in like Aurelia or wherever
Yep.
the fuck that one is, and you'd always laugh because it would be like, oh, I remember those guys from like 1994 or whatever. Like it was always retired
Oh, yeah,
acts
yeah.
and whatever. When you're doing a casino, this is probably not the biggest moment of your career anymore, right? And now, like I said, my sister just ran down the list of acts coming to this casino up
That's
here.
awesome.
And I'm like, oh, those guys rule. Oh, man, that'd be great. Oh, I'd go see that. And it suddenly dawns on me, like, oh, no. Like, oh, no, I'm the Casino Rama crowd.
You know what? Oh, man, I hadn't thought about that, but you're absolutely right. Because what I was about to say really slots me in there. But what I
Hey,
like
good
about it,
wordplay.
fuck, that was terrible. That was terrible. I'm sorry. No pun intended. What I like about it, as someone who does not like people, is it's typically an older crowd, and I can go to one spot, and I can go to dinner, and I can have drinks with my
Sure.
friends,
Yep.
and then I walk 15 feet, and I'm all inside, and then I'm in, and then I walk out the front, and I get in an Uber, and then I go home, and there's no downtown bullshit. There's no traffic. There's no drunk people. There's no craziness.
Yeah.
There's no trying to find a seat and bar hopping and all this bullshit. It's just like, no, I just go. I have great food. They have great food there.
Okay.
And then I go watch the show, and it's a great venue, great sound system.
All right.
And then
You're talking me into it, man.
Oh, dude, it's so good. If you're,
We should go see Collective Soul.
I would honestly. I am supposed to. Man, Killswitch Engage is playing. I don't know if you're a metal guy. Yeah, so they're playing on the 5th, but I'm on course until 6 p.m. that night, and I just don't. I'll walk up if I can.
Yeah.
I'll get a walk up ticket for it.
Yep.
But man, I'm telling you, that's the way to see shows in Ottawa. If you're old and you don't like people,
And I am. And I don't.
it's just not. It's isolated enough that you don't have to deal with all the bullshit you have to deal with going downtown. Now that being said, there's some shows that are coming downtown that I'm kind of like Wallflowers are coming here.
Oh, I like the Wallflower.
I do too.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Or I like that one album.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. They had some like
One Headlight.
decent Three Marianas. Great
Yes,
song.
The Difference. There's only one other song, I think.
Yeah, Three Marlenas. Three
Marlenas, yeah.
Yeah, not Marianas.
No.
Yeah, they had like Everybody Out of the Water was a good single. They
Okay,
had
yeah.
like they had some good later stuff.
Yeah.
But like I'm just gonna go there and scream One Headlight until they play it. Like, and that's gonna be their encore.
Of course.
So they're gonna hook you for the entire fucking
I
night.
can't remember what live album, or it wasn't a live album. Somebody was filming like a video for, I don't even remember what it was, but it was some band similar to the Wallflowers that was like prominent at one point and hadn't been for a long time. And there was one guy doing exactly what you're talking, like standing kind of midway back in the crowd, just kept screaming the name of their one single. And at some point, because they're trying to get a recording of whatever this is for a live performance.
Yeah.
And the lead singer at some point after one song goes, all right, can we get a spotlight? He's like, do you really think there's any chance we're not going to play that song?
Well, fucking Wheatus is coming here. Remember Wheatus? Teenage Dirtbag?
If they did not play
But
that
it's like,
song.
that's the last song they're
In
playing.
fact, it's probably also, we're going to open with it and we'll close with it.
And like, I'm sure they're a good band. No disrespect to
I'm
Wheatus.
less certain, but
But like,
I like that song.
But like my buddy was like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "I could roll in an hour into that set
10:45.
and not miss what I'm there to see." Like, there's just no chance. There's no chance.
Yeah.
There's some good shows coming. Oh, and I saw. You're a punk guy, yeah. So Chuck Reagan
used to be.
played. What is it called? It's Zaphod's.
Yeah.
Studio 27. 27 Studio.
Yeah, I don't know if I've been there
They
since
played
it was
Zaphod's.
Okay,
like
yeah.
whatever they're calling Zaphod's now.
Okay, yeah.
He played Zaphod's.
Yeah.
And man, that made me like re-fall in love with live music.
Yeah.
I haven't been to shows in years and years and years. Like truly, I just don't have time
I have
or
not.
bandwidth.
Yeah, no, I rarely go anymore.
It's tough.
The Offspring was here at CTC a while ago.
Yeah.
And at the last second, decided to go out and ended up getting decent seats. And it honestly, it was only okay.
Yeah.
Like the set list was good, but Dexter's voice can't really get up where you're used to it being, right?
And what year was that?
Like literally either this spring or last fall.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because I know live he runs auto-tune.
Yes.
Pretty heavy.
And you could tell.
Yeah. Was that the one with Simple Plan opening?
I don't remember. We didn't show up on time
Okay,
either.
fair enough.
I can't. I don't think Simple Plan opened, but they may have.
Okay, maybe that was another tour. I like Simple Plan.
I have
very
I
good.
don't dislike Simple Plan. We
really
did
like them.
not
They're good.
go because of Simple Plan. Like again, it
for
was sort of at the last minute. Someone handed us tickets and we decided to go. So it was just one of those things. But that's like one of only maybe 2 concerts I've been to since the pandemic. And I don't want to paint it like I used to go to everything.
Yeah.
But at least at Blues Fest, like I'd go 2 or 3 times a week. I saw like Rush was at Blues Fest in like, I don't know, 2016 or 17 or something. Saw the Hip there multiple times. Obviously, Gaslight Anthem's one of my favorite bands. They were out there. Also,
They're a bucket list band for me to see live.
they were also played at whatever the convention center out here near the airport is.
Really?
They opened for Rise Against
Oh, yes. My sister was at that show.
in like 2012.
Yeah, she said the sound was dog
It was,
shit.
Of course.
Yeah.
It was in a convention center.
Yeah.
It was not good. But
I remember like being like, fuck, I really should have gone. And she was like, no. She's like, it sounded like shit.
I
So-
saw them like 2 years later. Against Me opened for Gaslight Anthem at the Academy in Toronto, which used to be the Docks.
I
Fuck, it was so good, man.
have tickets to that show. So I was
In
just
like
showing-
2014 or whatever it was? Yeah.
It's so funny.
Get the fuck out of here.
So that was while I was doing like my guitar website and I was interviewing all these bands and I had been negotiating with their PR person to do interviews and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm just going to buy tickets for safety.
Yep.
Because I'll go regardless.
Yep.
And it wasn't until the last minute where it was like, yeah, Laura's not going to do any press for this one. And like I had pitched a kind of an elaborate interview thing.
Right.
And their PR person, shout out Mel, was just like, yeah, like this isn't going to work. Like you're going to have to try
Not
again
this
some other
time,
time, like
yeah.
whatever. But I was showing my daughter all of my ticket stubs. And there are 2 shows that I have tickets for that I didn't go to. One was Chevelle opening for Alice in Chains in London,
wow.
Ontario, which
Yeah.
I didn't go to.
Okay.
Bought tickets to, never made it to. And the other was that show, that Against Me show. But I did get to interview Laura and James Bowman when they were here in Ottawa at the Bronson Center.
Oh,
It's the greatest
nice.
moment of my life.
All right.
Greatest moment of my life.
Okay. No, and she's awesome. They're awesome. Like that band is so
I have a
fucking good.
Panther tattoo on my
There you
forearm.
go.
It's,
Okay.
like literally like top 3 band for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Gaslight Anthem, and I was bummed about the sound, but I knew what I was getting into. When you go see it out there, it was going to be what it was going to be. And it was one of those occurrences that guys like you and me happen, like you're going for the opener and not the headliner.
Yeah,
and that's not to say I dislike Rise Against.
Yeah.
But I was there for Gaslight.
Fair. Rise Against, great live.
Sure. Yeah. Again,
Super tight.
not great sound out here, but I think they did. I saw them somewhere else now. I can't remember where that was, but
I've seen them. I saw them at Old Capitol on Bank Street.
Okay.
Remember when Capitol was on Bank Street? I saw them on
really.
there was the.
you got to remember I didn't grow up here.
That's when did you move here?
2012.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
Yeah. Okay.
I got some good stories, but like so. Okay, kind of going back to what you were saying.
yeah.
I used to go to shows a lot.
Right.
In my pre-children days.
You ever go to Warped?
No, and I'm on course for this year's Warped.
Yeah?
And no, like I'm not available to go.
On course meaning.
Yeah, I'm
at
working
a
a course. Yeah. And it's just like I was devastated because that is probably one of like the last things that I need to check off. Of
I saw it
things
a
I've
few
done.
times when
And
I was. Fuck, it was so good.
One of my favorite bands ever, 4 Years Strong, is playing,
I'm
and
not
I
familiar
am
with them. I don't think.
so good.
Okay.
That-
4 years strong.
Yeah, 4 Years Strong. I listen to them probably more than actually I know because my Spotify tells me I listen to them more than any other band.
Okay.
Just phenomenal, and they're going to be there, and I have no way to get to that
Is this
show.
the Montreal stop?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. There's just no way. So that
So
sucks.
it took a hiatus for people who don't know for like 20, and for people who really don't know, it's a punk rock traveling tour.
Yeah.
That was big in the like 90s through kind of early mid 2000s when pop punk was everywhere.
It's coming back.
It never left for some of us.
So true.
But I do remember seeing a great reply or a great quote tweet or something when I saw that they were relaunching Warped.
Yep.
And it was this woman who was about my age or whatever. She's like, I get it. I know you all think you want this. You don't still want this. Like, it's going to be hot. You're going to have to stand all day.
Yeah.
Like you are in a different world than you used to be in when you loved this thing.
I've seen people complaining that they're not posting the band times because that was
They
always
never
the thing
used
with
to.
them. No, they never used to. And people are like, well, we have jobs and kids and responsibilities. It's like, dude, like,
Well, the idea, again, for those who aren't familiar, you would show up, you would know what bands were coming.
Yeah.
But they did not post at what time and who was going to close they would rotate it as they moved around North America, and it was supposed to be democratic essentially, right? Like everyone will get a turn being the headliner. Everyone will get a turn being and
awesome.
it would have forced you to go early and just experience the whole thing. And it was fucking great.
Yep.
But you had to show up now and be like, "Hey."
but that it's like people not understanding it. It's like, yeah, they want you to show up when gates open.
Yeah. See
That's
the
the
whole
point. Is they
festival.
want you to spend money all fucking day.
Yes.
And watch as many bands as humanly possible. There's
You're
nothing
so
wrong
cynical
with that.
now, man.
It's just
You said the money thing first, not the band
but
thing
it's
first.
true.
Yeah.
Like, let's be honest.
Like the time I went, the Vandals would have been like the biggest name. They were played like 3:00 in the afternoon.
okay, so what bands did you see? Tell me.
So saw the Vandals, saw Coheed and Cambrai actually. Saw Billy Talent in their very early
Amazing.
days were there. A band I loved out of the GTA, the Salads. Do you know the Salads?
Okay.
Okay.
I do know the Salads. So drummer for the Salads, I'm blanking. Oh my god. Drummer for Goldfinger.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yes.
So the Salads, for the longest time, until the show got big enough that record labels started noticing us, the song Get Loose was the
Yes.
intro to this podcast.
So Get Loose was their biggest single. My favorite Salad song was their other single, which was So Unhappy.
Yes.
Which is a phenomenal fucking
and there was
song.
a third single that actually most people would know better that you and I wouldn't think of. It's called Lucky Day.
I'm not familiar.
Today is your luck. You'd know it. And they leased that song to a car company in Canada.
Okay.
And people were screaming at them, "You sold out!" at Warped Tour, which
my
is
God.
great. And the guy's like, you have any idea what it costs us to record an album?
Jesus
Ain't nobody
Christ.
paying us to record an album. We're just trying to pay our bills and whatever. Anyway, you would recognize the song if you heard it. Lucky Day by
That's
the
like right
Sounds.
up there with bands like Not By Choice. Do you remember Not By
I
Choice?
do remember Not By Choice.
I fuck with Not By Choice every day.
I have their 2 singles in my music collection.
Amazing.
What Newfound Glory was there.
Phenomenal. I've seen that. I saw them in Ottawa when I was in high school, and it was one of the best live shows I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to remember now. Euthanasia was there?
I know of them. I've never
yeah.
listened to them.
I'm trying to remember now. The one I'm focused most in on, the one I remember the most clearly was 04, and that was up in Molson Park in Barrie when they used to call it the Toronto Stop, but they did it for a couple years at the Dome. I went to 1 or 2 of those. It wasn't it's too hard indoors like that and whatever. But up at Molson Park, it was fantastic. So I saw the reason we went, Anti-Flag was my favorite band at the time. Can't talk about them now.
You know what's funny?
I get it, but
you know what's funny?
Yep.
On my children's lives this past weekend, I'm working on my garage, and I put on The Bright Lights of America.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like, which is a flawless album.
Yeah.
Start to finish, literally a flawless album. And I was like, I feel dirty listening to this band now, and it sucks because this album is a banger.
100%, man.
And you just can't listen.
No.
But like, I've seen them a few times. So fucking good.
Ahead of Justin's brutal indiscretions,
Yeah.
I would have had them as my second favorite band, tied with The Hip. Now, very different bands, but
Very different.
Loved Anti-Flag, and I did have a moment where, like, for a long time, like, I wrestle with this, and we've talked about this on the show with other guests before. Like, what am I supposed to do with Michael Jackson? Like, when it comes on, do I just pretend he never existed? Like,
Staying
R.
in
Kelly.
punk, brand new.
There you go.
Brand new is a big one. I still listen to.
Our buddy
all the
Bunda
time.
had to tell me about. No, you told me about what happened with those fucking guys. It was Matt Connis Vita. Shout out to that fucking
Shout out
guy.
Matt K.
What a king. Who was telling me about Lost Prophets,
Oh yeah,
which I also didn't know about.
Cannot listen to them.
No.
that they are the exception of the rule where you cannot see past.
this
and
is
you're
it.
like, oh, I can't ever.
But I
listen
went through
to
this thing with
Last
Anti-Flag.
Train Home ever again.
Which is fine because it's like their only song.
Great song though.
Yeah. No, and I had this thing with Anti-Flag, who was like my second favorite band. I find out what a piece of shit Justin is. I find out that the rest of the guys are all like, yeah, fuck that guy. And I didn't do the thing that I probably was supposed to do, where I go through and clear them all out of my library. But anytime it would come up on shuffle or whatever, I would just and hit skip. Like it would bum me out.
Yeah.
Because it's not just music, like, you know, man, like it's some of your memories are tied to that
100%.
shit. It's your nostalgia that's tied to that shit.
So I don't mean to interject. I had this conversation with my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter, she's like almost 16.
Yeah.
And I'm so old. And I was talking to her about music, and she loves music. It's awesome. We have like shared playlists on Spotify and
Nice.
stuff like that. And she was like, she used to listen to Arctic Monkeys all the time.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, I can't listen to them anymore. I was like, why can't you listen to them? She's like, because like I broke up with this guy, and I always think of the Arctic Monkeys because that's what I was listening to. I was like, you know what? I understand this. And I was telling her I did another music podcast a while back, and we had to list our top 10 favorite albums. And so on my list is Searching for a Former Clarity by Against Me.
Yep.
That album is arguably one of the most important albums of my entire life, and is pivotal in like not being dead for one.
Yeah.
And just it's one of the
Wow.
It's just an incredibly important album to me. But I was explaining to her, I cannot really listen to that album because it immediately brings me back to arguably the worst time of my entire life.
Right.
It was the right album at the right time to kind of help push through, to be like, oh, other people feel this way, and these are things that are common to deal with, and like everything's gonna be okay. And I love that album, and it'll always be one of the most important albums to me, of one of my favorite bands in the world.
Right.
But I don't want to hear it.
Right.
And music is weird like that.
It is, man.
It's really weird like that.
It can take you to a time and a place, and it doesn't always mean a good time or a good place.
Instantaneously. Instantaneously.
And I had that moment with Anti-Flag where I would groan and it would bum me out that I couldn't, because I don't know how many times I've seen them, a bunch of times anyway.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to hear it. And gradually it would come back on, and maybe this is a weakness in me. This is the conversation we've tried to have on this show a few different times, that I stopped skipping it.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, Justin's clearly a piece of shit.
Yep.
But I do miss this song. I do miss the way that it used to make me feel, and I do miss the vibes that I'd get when I'd go see this band with people and what that felt like to be in those. And that was the biggest bummer about it, is some bands are just out there having a party, having a good time, and whatever else. Anti-Flag sang about inclusion, right? Sang about things that were, and to see what that turned out to mean nothing.
I was
so destructive.
You've seen them live. Like, he used to talk about, like, rape is the worst thing ever. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then kick it in the next song.
Sure.
And you're just like,
well,
okay, that
feeling
was,
you'd get,
that was a weird transition, but
sometimes
like,
it would take, like, what's on your mind here, man?
Yeah.
Like, what's
Are you projecting?
Yeah. But like, even that feeling you'd get when they would just like stop a show because somebody fell and like scream, pick that fucker up, right? Like, like that kind of, that was a crowd you wanted to be a part of.
Yeah.
And then you started to feel icky about it. And so, like I said, I don't mean to make light of it. When I say Michael Jackson, like, that guy's a creepy motherfucker, but he is one of the biggest music stars of all time. Are we supposed to, if a radio station or whatever plays Billie Jean, am I supposed to sit back and no, like sternly shake? Like, I don't know what to do with that.
Yeah.
So at some point you just sort of, like I said, I'm not saying it's a strength of mine. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I did start to just let it back in. I don't remember the last time I've gone in and like played an album start to finish, but if it comes up on a shuffle, I now let it happen. And
it's a weird thing, and I think it does take time, and it depends on the severity. Which, you know what, you can't even really say that. I would only say that with the giant caveat that a lot of the stuff with Justin is alleged.
Yes.
And there's no criminal charges or anything like that, where it's like,
but there are enough.
Oh, for sure, he's a piece of shit. Like, like even if half that shit's true, is like, he's a piece of shit, for sure.
Yes.
But Bright Lights of America is a great album.
Great
so
album.
you're like,
Underground Network is a masterpiece.
To you, it's like I want to be transported back to that time where I was
Yes.
working shipping and receiving and have that blasting in my headphones, and like that was all I had to worry about was moving these boxes, and like life was such a simpler and happier time, like potentially.
That's all it is.
That's all it is. And
how much fun it was to be at those shows with those kids and be one of them and
exactly
feel that kind of belonging, like I'm part of this
100%.
thing. Yeah,
100%. There was a sense of community, and that's so kind of going back to what I was saying about going to see Chuck Reagan.
Right.
So for those listening, Hot Water music lead singer, fucking
yeah,
one of the best voices in music, period, as far as I'm concerned.
they actually were the first act ahead of Gaslight and Rise Against.
No
at
shit.
The rec center.
Oh my god, that's fucked up billing, by the way. Like,
It is weird, man.
Well,
It was
depending
weird.
on how you want to look at that, I've also seen Rancid open for Rise Against, which you're like, what? Like, and I love Rise Against, but
Sure,
like, come on.
Yeah.
No, so I saw him, and it was at Zaphod's,
Okay.
or whatever Zaphod's
Whatever
is
it's
now.
called now.
But it was
Probably a Subway now.
$25.
Yeah.
It was probably an hour and 20-minute set. I was 6 feet away from him.
Yeah.
He fucking crushes, gets off stage, and then goes and shakes the hands of everybody and says hi to every single person who was watching.
yeah,
I got to meet him.
Yeah.
He walked off stage. I was right at the stairs, comes up. He's like, hey, man, how's it going? I was like, man, thank you so much. Like, it was such an amazing performance. He's like, oh, man, I'm really glad you had a good time. And it's just like, what
touch,
other
yeah,
genres
no.
of music? We're staying with punk rock here.
100%.
But like, what other genres of music are A, you're going to see a show for $25.
Yep.
B, you're meeting the lead singer.
Yep.
Like, that just doesn't, you don't have that connection with all of these bigger bands and arena shows and all
Bon
that stuff.
Jovi is not coming off stage to shake hands with 20,000 people, right?
I've interviewed the guitar player for Bon Jovi.
Oh, no way.
Little side quest there. Phil X from Mississauga, Ontario.
Okay.
My first interview.
Really?
Yeah, literally at 2 a.m. in a no frills parking lot in Mississauga, Ontario. This is a true story. With my 1-year-old daughter in the car. I was not a good parent.
Stay there, Daddy's got to work.
Yeah, it was fucked up. Yeah, it was very cool. You can go watch it on YouTube.
Link, please.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the show notes.
But it's that show particularly made me miss going to see shows.
Yeah.
Because as you know, there's no better feeling than live music.
No.
If you love music, I don't think there's any better feeling. And so I actively try to seek out good shows. And there's a show on August 11th, the lead singer of Lucaro. If you're a hardcore punk rock fan,
Yeah, you've gone too deep on me. You've lost poser punk Matt over here.
No, like not literal hardcore punk, but like more acoustic-y folk punk.
Okay, yeah.
From like the 90s, early 2000s, a lot of skate and BMX DVDs.
Yeah.
He's going to be here, I think, at 27 Club. And again, it's like $30.
I went and saw, in a similar vein to what you're talking about, again, it's Anti-Flag, but they were playing some club downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name of it. It wasn't traditionally a music club. And the reason, this is so gross, but the reason I remember it so clearly is like you went in and it was like this really, really narrow hallway to get from the street into the bar and then where the band was going to play.
Okay.
And it was not long after the Paris Bataclan Music Club shoot up. And I was so pissed at myself that I allowed that to be on my mind watching the show. There is one way out of here, and it is one really long, narrow, and nothing happened, obviously. Like, that's a once in a... But I was so pissed that at a show like this that I'd wanted to see one of my favorite bands at the time. You're thinking about that?
I think it's human nature.
It is human nature, but that bugs me. Like, that in that moment, for me, those fuckers won. Like, that was... I didn't let it ruin the night for me, but it was on my mind. The reason I bring it up is after the show, I'm hanging out with a buddy of mine and one of the... And it's long after people have left, and the bar is largely closed, but they're still sliding us beers for some reason.
As they should.
And somebody had mentioned to us, I think we were talking like the bus driver or something. He goes, oh yeah, no, Pat, the drummer, he normally comes out. He said some of the times they all come out, but Pat almost always comes out to the bar area just for a beer before we jump on the bus and fuck off. Like, well... I'll hang around and
100%.
see if I can meet Pat. And so me and my buddy and one other guy had hung around. Sure enough, Pat comes out. He grabs a beer from the bar, chats with us for, I don't know, 25, 30
Nice.
minutes. Everybody takes a picture and,
Dude.
nice conversation, carry on. So
That's amazing.
those are, like you said, though, those things don't happen at big
No.
shows. So.
No, and like I wouldn't trade. I mean, I've seen like Frank Turner from 15 feet away. I've seen Everlast from 15 feet away.
Okay.
Like when these guys go on acoustic tours, it's like there's 150 people in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one there. I saw Dallas Green when I was in high school. I probably would have been grade 12. I think I was grade 12. It was an all ages acoustic show, and there was 25 people there. And it was a $5 cover. And this is pre City and Colors. When he was on MySpace, releasing music on MySpace. No one knew who the fuck he was.
Was he in your top 8?
He probably was. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I should say, everyone who listened to Alexis on Fire knew exactly who he was, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I remember like sitting 6 feet away from him, hearing him play all the songs that he plays in fucking arenas now. And you're just like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. And like, nothing but music gives you that opportunity, or those genres of music, I should say, give you those opportunities.
100%, man.
That's why it's so fucking good. So you should go see more shows. All that to say, go to Hard Rock Cafe and fucking go see some more shows.
I will.
Or Zaphod's or whatever. Yeah. It's actually, I will say for what it's worth, it's very nice in there now.
Okay.
Zaphod's used to be crazy claustrophobic and super fucking weird.
Yeah.
And it's still, I think if you're a band and you're playing Zaphod's, it's dog shit still, because for anyone who's been to Zaphod's or has played Zaphod's, they still have the pillar, and they still have the speaker stack hanging from the ceiling. And I used to be stage left, so I was behind the speaker stack on most of the shows I played at Zaphod's. You can see pictures of my shoes, which is maybe why I have an obsession with shoes and make sure like I look good in pictures. But yeah, they're one of the bands I played in. I was always stage left, and I'm not in any of the photos we played at Zaphod's ever. Just my legs, and that's it.
Let me ask you one more thing before we get you out of here.
Please.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen Rogers Clean House again on sports radio in Vancouver and in Calgary. Also a couple of news stations, including in Kitchener-Waterloo. There's more I'm missing, but they're shrinking their radio offering again.
Yep.
And these things are, as we talked about in the first half of this show, the media industry is changing, and we all know that. And I'm pissed off because I like because I feel for the people who lost their jobs here. And yet, I'm not an idiot. I understand AM radio is not the future, right?
Yeah.
we got a bit of a reprieve here in Ottawa. I know you're buddies with a bunch of the guys, much like myself, over at TSN 1200.
100%. Love those guys.
Those guys have been telling me for years, as soon as the 2026 Ottawa Senators season was over, their careers were over.
Yeah.
Or at least that chapter of those careers. Now, they got a reprieve.
Yep.
The rights got extended. Everything is still okay here in Ottawa. But it's not. And I'm just sort of curious. It's not in other places. And I'm sort of curious where you think this is all going. Is Rogers going to just assume that all of Canada, and I should say Bell as well, like right now the TSN radio station in Toronto is still going, Sportsnet radio in Toronto is still going. Is this just going to shrink down into one nationwide radio presentation and then a whole bunch of podcasts? Or are they willing to kind of cede the entire format to independent podcasters and people like Winnipeg, like Edmonton, like Vancouver? There have been former TSN radio hosts who have formed their own kind of companies out there. Where do you see this going, man? Where are we at in terms of sports talk in this country?
First off, let me just say, I wish we didn't wait until I was 2 IPAs deep at the very last question to answer this.
And I'm under strict orders from your wife to get you home at a decent time. So this was a mean time to lay this on you. But.
No, so that's a very hard question to answer. You kind of alluded to what I believe the answer is, and this is just my gut feeling. Yes, I think it's going to become a centralized thing where you're going to have your Toronto station. Similar to how you have like TSN or CTV News. Like you're not going to have CTV Ottawa. You're not going to have CTV Niagara Falls and London and all that stuff. Like I think eventually that's going to cease to exist. I think the cost, the return on investment is just not going to be there in the grand scheme of things because on-air talent is expensive. Plain and simple, it is expensive, and ad revenue is dwindling because people aren't watching conventional television anymore, and the people who are going to die. And that
Dark,
sounds
but true.
No, it sounds
And
dark,
we all
but
are eventually.
it's true. Like the people who are tuning in are not going to be alive for that much longer, and the people like myself and yourself, it's like we consume media on our phone.
Yep.
Plain and simple. Or like we might subscribe to some apps, but are we using them for news? I will say I've watched more CTV news clips on YouTube than I've ever watched on television. I can comfortably say that.
You'd be out there and they can make money off YouTube ad revenue. And
so this is where I would say is you would have certain people, certain hosts who could leverage their following and their fan base to monetize on YouTube and on podcast streamers. So using him as an example, and I am not saying this with any form of knowledge for my lawyer. I don't know anything. You and I both love AJ.
Oh yeah.
AJ is one of he's a gem of a human being.
100%.
I'd go to war for that guy in a fucking heartbeat.
Yep.
Without batting an eyelash. I think that guy's got a substantial following. He's incredibly well educated, incredibly well spoken. He's one of my favorite people to listen to. I think if that guy goes, I'm going to start a YouTube channel and I'm going to broadcast all of the programming I have on TSN, I'm going to do it myself. I think he takes his audience with him.
Yep.
But
not everybody will.
Not everybody will, but for people
I agree
like
with
him,
yes.
I think they understand their worth and they know how to leverage that. And AJ's a smart guy. Like, I don't think AJ's going to walk into TSN and be like, triple my salary. Because they're going to be like, there's the door. But do I think people like AJ could transition and just be like, and maybe seek like part-time employment or something like that and work for like one of the hot stations or something?
Well, or he's still like these teams, when they eventually bring all their rights inside, will need people to call.
Well, you see that with Tim Baines. Tim Baines works for the Red Blacks now as a writer, which is such a good steal for them, by the way. Like, Tim's fucking awesome.
But like Dean Brown and Gord Wilson calling the Senators right now, they work for Bell Media. If the Sens decide in a year or 2 or 5 they're bringing their radio rights inside and not, they can hire Dean and Gord if they want
100%. Also
to do that in-house.
We can talk about something off mic afterwards about some stuff. But
we got to go, everybody. I want to hear the gossip now.
No, I have a good add-on note to that. Nothing to do with the Sens. No, but I think there are certain radio personalities who can leverage their platforms and their followings
that's right.
who would make it a relatively seamless transition to being able to monetize.
It's funny you mention AJ. He's said to me more than once when he's walked in here and we've talked about the impending, which is now past, the impending 2026 doomsday.
Yeah.
And his shrug as the conversation ends is always like, or for all I know, May 2026, I moved in here with you.
And that'd be a good get for you.
And Lloydie has said to me a couple different times when he's come, he's like, so how does this work? And what's that setup? And what's the back end? Like you can tell that it was on these guys' minds a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Now they've gotten the reprieve, but not everybody does. And the industry's, man, it's clearly changing. And I feel for these people. I don't know whether, like, the one that fired back up in Edmonton went right back to AM radio. And so far, it's been successful. I don't think that's a long-term strat. Now, they have other outlets as well. Their shows get podcasted. I believe they are on YouTube. But AM radio, I don't necessarily blame Rogers for going, yeah, no, we're not doing this anymore. And yet, they didn't flip to 94.4 or 94.3 on the FM dial and keep the station going. They just bailed completely. So I get why people out there are pissed.
The only thing I really don't understand is it's actually twofold. And maybe I'll take responsibility and say this might be a me problem. On the one hand, listening online is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not on a desktop, if you're on your phone, I have found it very difficult where I'm like, I'm going to go listen to AJ calling the Red Blacks game, like if I'm traveling or something like that. It's hard to just go online and navigate and find I just want to listen to the fucking game.
Right.
Like
and then
live.
There's going to be an ad first before it plays.
I'm cool with that.
I'm not. When you are taking me to ad-supported radio, you don't get to play me an ad first.
I know how the sausage is made. I don't mind that. There should be a banner at the top being like, listen live, and I click it and I'm listening live. Play me 3 ads. I don't give a shit. But don't make me go down a rabbit hole trying to find things or just not being able to find it and me give up. That's dumb. That's not helping your cause. No. That's technologically impaired.
Your own demise.
But it's also weird how like I would fucking just start live streaming on YouTube at the same time and just do a simulcast and do radio and do YouTube. And so you get AJ in front of a camera talking at the same time. You can set up a GoPro. Like it doesn't need to be some.
We had
fucking
last summer. Brent Wallace was in here, the aforementioned Wally, who
Wally.
Good guy,
great guy.
And he was asking why we aren't on YouTube. And the biggest thing is I'm kind of lazy, but I love radio. That's what all I ever wanted to do. So doing this is fine. But YouTube would open up another thing. And the difference that I said to him is you do your show online. So everyone has their little webcam right in front of them. And that's what I said, to come in here for you and I to have this cross table, you almost need like a switcher or. And he goes, fuck that. He goes, just put one camera up in the corner and it's just looking at the two of you and you don't have to look and smile at it or whatever. And so that's an option, right? I certainly grant that, but like that's all Bob McCown ever was when he started. Like when they started putting his radio show on TV was just one camera.
Something to be said for putting the face of the name. And again, like the more platforms, the better.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong. Again, future-proofing yourself. It's like if you're
I do
AJ,
worry about that.
If you're AJ, I want my face everywhere.
Yeah,
I want people seeing me, recognizing
I'm a staunch
me. I want
face
those
for radio guy.
I want those YouTube shorts of my hot takes and me flipping out about the.
And that's it. Like when we have a great clip here, all I can really do is throw it on our logo and post it as a video, and it's not going to catch the same.
It's not going to catch the same. Yeah, like it's an uphill battle for sure.
You're fighting now,
and so like these are easy changes to implement. Like these are very easy, and like they're really only going to benefit the on-air talent. I mean, like the station can monetize and whatever, but like those are things where it's just like these are very easy, like frictionless things that you can just be like, hey, let's just start doing this. It's like, okay, we could do that today on my iPhone if we needed to. Like it takes very little planning, very little technological integration. So like things like that, like I think you can tweak it to like make it a little more appealing. And again, would I listen? Like I listen to Pat McAfee every day. Like that's a very easy like switch on kind of thing for me. I think the shows I listen to with most frequency are like Pat McAfee and I've had to go to Netflix for it, which I fucking hate. But like the Bill Simmons. Bill Simmons and Rewatchables are like those two podcasts. Pretty consistent with those. Rich Eisen is another one that I listen to all the time. I like Rich. Rich is fucking great. But like they're on camera. They're radio, but they're on camera. And it's not a crazy expensive setup or anything like that. And it's easier, again, going back to being easy to digest and easy to find. If I'm on YouTube and I watch 90% of my programming on YouTube anyway, and I see, oh, AJ's live right now. Okay, cool. I'm going to go watch AJ.
Sure.
And it's there. I don't have to open another browser or download another app or do anything like that. It's just there. Like, that's what you want to be in my uneducated
Be
opinion.
everywhere.
Be everywhere.
Don't just be on AM.
And be as
radio.
cheap as possible.
Yep. I can't keep you any longer. You have you've been a good soldier.
I have to go put together a studio for a shoot tomorrow morning. Otherwise, my client's going to be like, what the fuck do you do for a living?
It's war zone. Yeah. I appreciate you making the time as always, man.
Buddy,
This is,
anytime, all the
TCA
time for
summer
you.
sessions don't work without Joshua O'Connor.
When are you back?
Yeah, I don't know.
Respect.
Certainly, I'll be back at multiple points for a day or two here and there through August, but after Labor Day is the steady back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can catch up again.
Yeah.
We'll see how the Red Blacks did for the rest of.
We'll be able to talk a little more rapid. You'll be able to fill us more in on.
Absolutely,
what
I
you're
can tell you everything about everything.
100%. I appreciate this, man. Thank you for doing it.
Buddy, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
Anything you want to shout out or plug here while we're wrapping up?
Shout out Matty K. Love you.
Love that guy. Love you, Matty. We'll wrap it up here. For Joshua O'Connor, my name's Matt Robinson. Catch you on the next one.
Cheers.
It's TCA Summer Sessions.